I guess another request for help with the 11 chapter review, chapter 11 review, I mean. So I'm just going to make a short video going over the solutions for that homework. But please try it on your own before you watch this. Okay, here we go. Problem number one says find the value of $1,000 certificate, 4.5 years. Interest rate is 2% compounded monthly. So note this is a one-time deposit and it's at compounded interest. So that means it's in the two category, yeah, formula two. And we want to know the value after 4 years. In other words, what's the future value? So that's 2A, 1,000. R is 2%, or 0.02, one or the other, and is compound monthly, so N is 12, and this is 4.5 years, so 4.5. And this is, let's answer these other questions. This is a lump sum, meaning it's only a one-time payment. Which value is known? We know the present value is starting with 1,000. Which value is desired? We want to know the future value. And so that's a future value type formula, and there's our answer. And matches what the answer key says. Mine is cheat because I'm the teacher, so I get to see the answers. Okay. Number two, what annual deposit is necessary to have $11,000 in 9 years? Okay, so first of all, right away, I see annual deposit. That means I know it's going to be either formula 4 or 5. And since it's not an amortization, it looks like, then that means it's going to be an annuity situation. You're trying to figure out what is the annual deposit? I mean, what was the periodic payment? So it's going to be formula 4B. And we know that the future value is 11,000. Whoops, sorry, one too many zeros. The rate is 1.5%. And compounded annually means 1 and in 9 years. Okay, so 1150.71, and that's the right answer. This is called a sinking fund when you want the the periodic payment amount. And if you look at the formula sheet I gave you guys, it says sinking fund as one of the names. Yeah. Actually, it says it right here. Right there. Sinking fund. Okay, number three. The amount to be financed on a new car is 9,500. So when you say finance, that means you're talking about a loan, right? And this is the loan value. So already just from that first sentence, I know right away it's going to be formula 5. And between 5A and 5B, I want to pick 5B because I know the value of the loan already. Remember, P is the value of the loan. So 9,500, R is 5%, and is monthly, so 12, and T is 4 for 4 years, and you get 218.78. That's correct. This is called the amortization formula. Yeah, 5B amortization formula. Okay, number 4. What's the monthly payment for home costing? 325,000, 30% down. Okay, right away, I see I'm buying a home. I want to know the monthly payment. I know it's going to be one of the 5 formulas, and I want to know the monthly payment, meaning it's 5B again. So amortization again, 5B. Let's just change these numbers around. But before we do that, since it's a home with a down payment, let's go down to our bonus formula and take that 30% off. So it's 325,000 with a 30% down. That means the down payment is close to 100,000. The loan amount is the 227,500 value there. 227,500. R is going to be, looking at the question, 3.5%. N is 12 per monthly payments, and T is 30 years. So amortization again, the value is 1021.58, just like you see in that box. Number 5. And yes, this one's a kind of a long homework, so I'm going to just cut this video into 2. We'll do the first 7, and then in the second video, we'll do the second 7. Okay, this question says, an accounting firm agrees to purchase a computer for, I feel like we've seen this question before. It's the exact question with different numbers maybe, but same question. You're going to purchase a computer. Delivery date is 270 days from now. How much do the owners need to deposit into an account paying 0.85% compounded quarterly so that they have 120,000 in 270 days? So right away when I see this, I see, okay, compounded quarterly. This indicates to me it's going to be either equation 2 or 4. But remember we talked about in the 11.7 class, the first thing to check, is it multiple payments or single time payments? And in this case, this is a single time payment, right? A single time deposit. There's no monthly or annual deposits. It just asks how much do the owners need to deposit? That's like a one-time thing. So one time meaning a lump sum. That means it's going to be equation 2, one of the 2's. And which one do I know? I already know the future because this is how much they should have at the end of the time period, right? So I know the future value, which means I want to figure out the present value. And that tells us, and it's going to be equation 2b. Find the present value. Yeah. What is A? It's 120,000. What is R? 0.85%. And here is, let's see, compounded quarterly means N is 4. This word here, quarterly. And what is T? So T is in 270 days. Remember, T is always in terms of years, though. So I'm going to put equal sign to do the calculation right here in the box. 270 divided by 360 because we use for finance, we use a 360 calendar day. So 119,238.24. And yes, that's correct. Sweet. All right, number six. Necessary amount of monthly payments to an account paying 1.2% compounded monthly in order to have 100,000 in 9 1/3 years. Deposits are made each month. Okay, so this is a multiple deposit situation. That means equation 4 or 5. It's not a loan, so it means equation 4. So it's between 4A and 4B. Periodic payments because multiple payments, right? We know the future value is 100,000. So we're trying to figure out the periodic payment. That means it's going to be 4B, the sinking fund formula. Also called the periodic payment of an annuity formula. All right. So what is A again? It's 100,000. R was 0.12%. I'm sorry, no, my mistake. 1.2%, I mean. N is monthly, so 12. And T is equal to 9 and 1/3. So I'm going to say equal sign first, 9 plus 1 over 3. And I got 844.24. Bam, there it is. Okay, one more, and then we'll cut this video off. Teal and Associates need to borrow 35,000. The best loan they can find is 13%. That's usury. That should be. I think that's illegal to charge that much percent. Anyways, that must be repaid in monthly installments over the next 3.5 years. How much are the monthly payments? Okay, so you want to know the monthly payments on the loan. That's going to be for sure 5. And since you know the loan amount, it's going to be 5B again. It's like the third time we've seen 5B. The amortization formula, the loan is for 35,000. The R is 13%. The N is monthly, so 12, and T is for 3.5. So I'm going to say equal to 3 plus 1/2, or you can just say 3.5. Hit 1041.67. Yep, that matches what we expect it to be. So let's cut the video off, and I'll see you in the second half.